Let me tell you a story about a shepherd boy named David and a mighty warrior named Goliath. It's a tale you've probably heard before. In the valley of Elah, David, armed with nothing but a sling and stones, faced off against Goliath, a giant clad in armor. Despite being vastly outnumbered and outmatched, David emerged victorious, slaying Goliath with a single, In this review you will discover the true underdogs. You're probably familiar with the biblical tale of David and Goliath. A young shepherd boy defeats a formidable warrior using cunning and a well-aimed shot from his sling. This story often serves as inspiration for how underdogs can triumph against all odds. But was David truly the underdog in that legendary battle in the Valley of Elah? Not quite. You see, the sling was a highly effective weapon, capable of hurling stones at high speeds and long distances, honed by David's experience defending his sheep. Additionally, Goliath's imposing stature may have been due to a medical condition affecting his vision. In reality, Goliath never stood a chance. David swiftly dispatched him with a stone before decapitating him with Goliath's own sword. As you'll discover in these summaries, our perception of underdogs isn't always accurate, and we often misjudge who holds the advantage in various scenarios. In these summaries, you'll learn how disabilities can provide unexpected advantages, why attending elite schools may lead to inferior education, how a single photograph of a dog attacking a child had a profound impact on the world. As we journey through different stages of education, from primary to secondary school and beyond, we are increasingly exposed to peers with diverse talents and abilities. This exposure often leads to a natural inclination to compare ourselves to those who excel in areas where we may not. The desire to compete with the best and join the ranks of the elite is a common aspiration. However, this mindset can be detrimental to our confidence and overall well-being. When we constantly measure ourselves against individuals who seem to outshine us, we experience a sense of relative deprivation. This comparison can erode our self-esteem and leave us feeling inadequate, regardless of our own achievements and strengths. This pressure to measure up to the elite can be particularly intense in environments like elite universities, where the competition is fierce and the standards are high. Despite being talented and capable, many individuals find themselves struggling to meet these lofty expectations, leading to feelings of failure and self-doubt. Instead of fixating on trying to emulate the success of others, it is essential to focus on carving out our own unique path. Rather than seeking validation from external sources or conforming to societal standards of excellence, we should prioritize pursuing our passions and interests. History offers numerous examples of individuals who achieved greatness by following their own paths and embracing their uniqueness. Take the Impressionist painters of the 19th century, for instance. Despite facing rejection from the prestigious Paris Salon, they refused to compromise their artistic vision. Instead, they forged ahead independently, ultimately reshaping the art world with their innovative approach. By embracing their individuality and staying true to their creative instincts, they not only found success but also left an indelible mark on art history. Their story serves as a powerful reminder that true fulfillment and success often come from staying authentic to oneself, rather than striving to meet external standards of excellence. Growing up in a privileged environment, where wealth and exclusive education are abundant, might appear to offer a smooth path to success and happiness. However, beneath the surface, there are intricate dynamics at play that can hinder a child's development in unexpected ways. One significant drawback of excessive privilege is the risk of fostering a sense of entitlement and dependency. When children have unlimited access to resources and financial security provided by their affluent parents, they may not fully appreciate the value of hard work, resilience, and self-reliance. Without experiencing the necessity to overcome challenges and earn their own success, they may lack the motivation and drive needed to pursue their goals independently. Consider the scenario of a child raised in opulence, where financial hardships are unheard of. While this child may enjoy a life of comfort and luxury, they may miss out on crucial life lessons that come from facing adversity. In contrast, a child from a less affluent background learns the importance of perseverance, frugality, and resourcefulness from a young age, instilling in them a strong work ethic and determination to succeed against the odds. Moreover, exclusive educational environments, often touted for their personalized attention and small class sizes, can inadvertently create a sheltered learning environment. While smaller class sizes may allow for individualized instruction and support, they can also limit the diversity of perspectives and experiences that students are exposed to. In overly homogeneous settings, students may lack exposure to differing viewpoints and cultural backgrounds, hindering their ability to think critically, collaborate effectively, and adapt to diverse environments. Furthermore, the pressure to maintain the status quo and meet the expectations associated with privilege can be overwhelming for children growing up in affluent families. The burden of living up to familial legacies or societal standards of success can stifle individuality and creativity, leading to feelings of inadequacy or imposter syndrome. In essence, while privilege may offer material comfort and access to exclusive opportunities, it can also obscure the invaluable life lessons learned through struggle, resilience, and diversity. It is essential for parents and educators in privileged environments to recognize the importance of fostering resilience, independence, and empathy in children, regardless of their socioeconomic status. By instilling these values, children can develop the skills and mindset needed to navigate life's challenges with confidence and compassion, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful existence. Learning difficulties, such as dyslexia, can present challenges, particularly in tasks involving reading and comprehension. However, these challenges do not necessarily equate to limitations in intelligence or capability. In fact, individuals with learning difficulties often develop exceptional skills in other areas, demonstrating the resilience and adaptability of the human mind. Take, for instance, the deceptively simple bat and ball question. Many individuals, including those without learning difficulties, may hastily arrive at the incorrect answer of 10 cents due to a quick and impulsive reading of the question. However, when forced to slow down and carefully analyze the text, individuals tend to achieve higher accuracy in their responses. Remarkably, studies have shown that individuals with learning difficulties, such as dyslexia, may outperform their peers in tasks that require meticulous attention to detail and careful reading. This is because their condition necessitates a slower reading pace, leading to a more thorough understanding of the material. The story of David Boies serves as a compelling example of how learning difficulties can cultivate unique strengths. Despite struggling with reading comprehension, Boies developed exceptional listening skills and a remarkable memory. These abilities proved invaluable in his career as a prominent lawyer, enabling him to excel in courtroom settings by adeptly discerning subtle cues and nuances in witnesses' testimonies. Boies' experience underscores the notion that adversity can foster resilience and ingenuity. Rather than viewing learning difficulties as insurmountable obstacles, individuals can harness their unique challenges to cultivate distinctive talents and abilities. In doing so, they not only overcome adversity but also unlock hidden potentials that set them apart in various endeavors.
I hope this audio finds you well, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude for returning to our channel. Your continuous support and feedback are deeply appreciated. Recently, there has been a reduction in likes and subscriptions on my channel, and I rely on your uninterrupted support, as always, to continue delivering valuable content. Thank you for being part of our community, and please stay tuned for more intriguing insights.
Traumatic experiences, such as the loss of a parent at a young age, can have a profound impact on individuals, shaping their resilience and driving them towards remarkable achievements. Despite the inherent challenges and emotional turmoil associated with such experiences, many individuals who have faced adversity early in life demonstrate extraordinary courage and determination in pursuit of their goals. Remarkably, research indicates that a significant proportion of accomplished individuals, ranging from renowned writers to esteemed scientists and leaders, have experienced the loss of a parent during their formative years. This adversity, rather than hindering their prospects, often serves as a powerful catalyst for their success. The adversity of losing a parent can ignite a fierce determination to overcome obstacles and achieve greatness. Individuals who navigate such hardships often develop an unparalleled drive and ambition, fueled by the desire to transcend their circumstances and make a meaningful impact on the world. In contrast, those who grow up with the support of both parents may not experience the same level of adversity-driven motivation. A compelling example of this phenomenon is evident in the life of Emil Freireich, a prominent medical scientist. Despite facing immense hardship following his father's suicide, Freireich channeled his adversity into a relentless pursuit of success. Driven by a deep-seated desire to break free from his troubled past and make a positive difference, he devoted himself to groundbreaking research in leukemia treatment. Through years of dedication and perseverance, Freireich pioneered life-saving therapies that significantly improved the prognosis for childhood leukemia, achieving a remarkable cure rate of 90%. Freireich's journey exemplifies how adversity can shape individuals, instilling in them an unwavering resolve and resilience that propels them towards extraordinary accomplishments. Despite the challenges they face, those who harness their traumatic experiences as fuel for their ambition often emerge as beacons of inspiration, demonstrating the transformative power of resilience in the face of adversity. Underdogs often face overwhelming odds in direct competitions against opponents with superior resources and wealth. However, they can still achieve success by employing unconventional tactics that play to their strengths and exploit the weaknesses of their adversaries. In the annals of warfare, history is replete with instances where smaller, resource-poor armies have prevailed over stronger opponents by eschewing traditional confrontations and opting for sneakier strategies. Rather than engaging in head-on clashes, these underdogs have employed guerrilla tactics such as disrupting enemy supply lines and communication networks. Surprisingly, studies have shown that underdogs have emerged victorious in 63% of battles when employing such unconventional methods, compared to only 29% success rate with conventional approaches. The key for underdogs is to leverage their unique qualities and strengths while avoiding confrontations that play into the strengths of their adversaries. A prime example is the exploits of T.E. Lawrence, famously known as Lawrence of Arabia, who led a small band of untrained Arab fighters against the formidable Turkish army during World War I. Despite being outmatched in terms of modern weaponry and equipment, Lawrence's forces capitalized on their expertise in desert navigation and survival. Instead of engaging the Turks directly, they surprised their opponents by using unconventional routes through the desert to capture key strategic positions. This strategic maneuvering allowed them to achieve victory and expel the enemy from crucial territories. The lesson here is clear. Underdogs can overturn the odds by focusing on their own strengths and exploiting the weaknesses of their adversaries, rather than engaging in futile attempts to compete on the same terms. By embracing ingenuity and resourcefulness, underdogs can level the playing field and emerge victorious against seemingly insurmountable odds. The U.S. civil rights movement of the 1960s is often portrayed as a beacon of honesty and integrity, but behind the scenes, its leaders employed cunning tactics and deception to outmaneuver their formidable adversaries. One of the movement's key strategies was to employ deception to create the illusion of strength and unity. Organizers would strategically time protests to coincide with the end of the workday, making it appear as though entire communities were mobilized in support. They also enlisted local children to skip school and join demonstrations, amplifying the perceived size of the movement and misleading authorities about its true scale. Moreover, activists skillfully manipulated the media to amplify their message. By provoking confrontations with law enforcement during protests, they ensured that scenes of police brutality were captured by photographers and broadcasted widely. While outwardly condemning such actions, they secretly welcomed the media attention, knowing it would galvanize public support for their cause. One iconic image that encapsulates the power of media exposure is that of a child being attacked by a police dog, which sparked outrage across the nation and played a pivotal role in shaping public opinion. Ultimately, these calculated acts of deception and manipulation proved instrumental in advancing the civil rights movement and securing landmark legislation like the 1964 Civil Rights Act. These tactics serve as a stark reminder that, in the face of formidable opposition, underdogs must often resort to clever ploys and strategic deception to level the playing field and achieve their goals. To achieve our goals, we must be willing to challenge the status quo and risk upsetting those around us. If everyone simply followed the crowd and accepted authority without question, our world would lack innovation and progress. The individuals who drive revolutions and spearhead innovation are often characterized by their willingness to defy social norms and disregard the opinions of others. They are what psychologists refer to as disagreeable. Studies examining personality traits have found that many successful entrepreneurs possess a high degree of disagreeableness. These leaders are unafraid to take social risks and stand firm in their convictions, even if it means facing rejection or exclusion from conventional circles of influence. To attain success, one must be willing to disrupt the status quo and prioritize their own ideas and beliefs. By relinquishing concerns about reputation or social acceptance, individuals gain the clarity of purpose necessary to pursue their ambitions wholeheartedly. Consider the example of Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA. When faced with backlash from Swedish furniture makers over his company's low prices, Kamprad refused to back down. Despite facing potential financial ruin due to supplier boycotts, he made a bold decision to engage in business with Communist Poland during the height of the Cold War and Cuban Missile Crisis. This unconventional move could have branded him a traitor, but it ultimately led to IKEA's tremendous growth and success. Kamprad's willingness to defy societal expectations and take calculated risks exemplifies how groundbreaking achievements are often born out of a willingness to challenge the status quo and prioritize one's vision above all else. The notion that harsh punishments effectively deter crime has been a long-standing belief in many societies. The rationale behind this belief lies in the assumption that individuals are rational actors who weigh the potential consequences of their actions before engaging in criminal behavior. According to this perspective, increasing the severity of punishments should theoretically dissuade individuals from committing crimes due to the perceived higher costs associated with getting caught. However, empirical evidence challenges this assumption and suggests that the relationship between punishment severity and crime rates is more complex than previously thought. Research indicates that simply imposing harsh penalties, such as lengthy prison sentences or punitive fines, does not consistently lead to a reduction in criminal activity. In fact, in some cases, it can have the opposite effect. One reason for this unexpected outcome is the social and economic impact of mass incarceration. When a significant portion of a community's population is incarcerated, it disrupts family structures and social networks, leaving behind individuals who are more vulnerable to engaging in criminal behavior. Children of incarcerated parents, for example, often experience emotional trauma and economic hardship, factors that can increase their likelihood of delinquency and future involvement in the criminal justice system. Moreover, the use of extreme measures by authorities to quell civil unrest or political dissent can exacerbate tensions and fuel further violence. In situations of conflict, heavy-handed tactics such as indiscriminate arrests, curfews, and military interventions can alienate communities and radicalize individuals, leading to an escalation of hostilities rather than resolution. An illustrative example of this dynamic is the conflict in Northern Ireland during the Troubles. The British government's implementation of draconian measures against the Catholic minority, including mass arrests and curfews, contributed to a sense of injustice and resentment within the community. Instead of pacifying the situation, these actions intensified the conflict, leading to increased violence and further polarization along sectarian lines. In summary, while the idea of using harsh punishments to deter crime may seem intuitive, the reality is far more nuanced. Effective crime prevention requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the underlying social, economic, and political factors contributing to criminal behavior. Simply escalating punitive measures without considering the broader context can exacerbate social issues and perpetuate cycles of violence and unrest. Let's delve deeper into the dynamics of how people perceive authority and its impact on social behavior. Imagine a scenario where a community feels marginalized and unfairly targeted by law enforcement. In such circumstances, individuals may develop a deep-seated distrust of authority figures and the legal system. This distrust can stem from historical injustices, systemic biases, or personal experiences of discrimination. As a result, members of the community may view compliance with laws and regulations as an endorsement of an unjust status quo. Moreover, when individuals perceive authorities as adversaries rather than allies, they may be less inclined to cooperate with law enforcement efforts. This reluctance to engage with authorities can hinder investigations, impede efforts to prevent crime, and undermine community safety initiatives. Additionally, it can lead to a breakdown in communication between law enforcement and the community, making it difficult to address underlying issues contributing to crime and social disorder. Conversely, when authorities are perceived as fair, approachable, and empathetic, the dynamics shift dramatically. Communities are more likely to collaborate with law enforcement agencies, share information about criminal activities, and participate in crime prevention programs. This cooperation fosters a sense of collective responsibility for maintaining law and order, empowering communities to address social challenges collaboratively. Building positive relationships between authorities and the community requires genuine efforts to understand and address the concerns and needs of residents. It involves active listening, respectful communication, and a commitment to fairness and justice. By demonstrating empathy and compassion, authorities can bridge the gap between themselves and the community, fostering trust and mutual respect. Furthermore, initiatives that prioritize community engagement and empowerment can yield tangible benefits in terms of crime reduction and public safety. By involving residents in decision-making processes and empowering them to take ownership of their neighborhoods, authorities can create a sense of ownership and investment in community well-being. In essence, the perception of authority plays a crucial role in shaping social behavior and outcomes. By prioritizing fairness, empathy, and community engagement, authorities can build trust, foster cooperation, and create safer and more resilient communities. In summary, success is not solely determined by traditional markers like power, wealth, and health. Beyond a certain threshold, these advantages can even become hindrances. Conversely, perceived disadvantages, such as learning difficulties or childhood trauma, can fuel remarkable achievements. Underdogs often triumph over their more favored opponents by employing unconventional tactics. However, for underprivileged individuals to truly flourish, it's essential for authorities to be perceived as legitimate and fair. From the insights provided in this book, here are actionable ideas. 1. Forge your own path. Instead of being swayed by others' opinions or societal expectations, take the initiative to explore your passions and aspirations independently. Don't be afraid to break away from the crowd and pursue what truly ignites your spirit, even if it means going against the grain. 2. Embrace change. Rather than being defined by past experiences or limitations, take control of your narrative and rewrite your story. Be proactive in shaping your destiny, whether it involves seizing opportunities, overcoming obstacles, or challenging the status quo. Embrace the role of the protagonist in your own life's journey. 3. Champion equality. Use your influence and resources to uplift the marginalized and disadvantaged members of society. By advocating for social justice and lending support to those in need, you can help create a more equitable and inclusive world. Stand up for the voiceless and empower them to reclaim their agency and dignity. In essence, by embracing individuality, resilience, and compassion, we can pave the way for personal fulfillment and societal progress. Let us strive to create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, regardless of their background or circumstances. I hope you found immense value in this audiobook review, and I'm truly grateful for your presence here. As you continue to explore the depths of this review, anticipate a captivating journey brimming with thought-provoking and action-packed ideas. Our channel is committed to delving into profound concepts that ignite inspiration and foster empowerment. Stay tuned for more enriching content. Thank you once again for being part of this journey with us.